For WLCSports.com, I'm Matt Friedman. This is our 2014 Warriors football season preview as the Warriors get set to host Lake Forest Saturday night, 7 p.m. at Robbie Stadium to open the 2014 season. I'm joined by the head football coach of the Warriors in his 14th season, Dr. Dennis Miller. Coach, you coached the first 13 years of this program, started this program, took 1 year away in retirement, and now you're back. How does it feel?
Yeah, well, short retirement or a long off season, depending on how you look at it, but it feels great. I'm energized by being back. I'm excited about being back and feel like I'm in my comfort zone coaching football. So it's been a great preseason and looking forward to getting it going.
And as this team has gone through preseason, what are you seeing so far as the strengths of this team and some of the areas where you're still looking to improve?
Well, I think we've got a lot of things to improve on. I mean, anytime you're this early in the year, we know that we can get a lot better. But the things that we're doing very well, number one, I think we have great leadership on the team. I really like the chemistry that's on our football team. I like the senior leadership, and I also like the youth that's on the team, that everybody's buying into the whole system. So I think that as we continue to improve and grow and get to know each other more and more, we're just going to get better and better. But the nucleus of what you need to be successful, I think we have here.
Now, a big part of preseason was figuring out who is going to be the quarterback for this team, and it turns out that it is freshman Anthony Hernandez, a kid who's generated a lot of excitement. What excites you about him, and tell us a little bit about him as a freshman.
You bet. And it was a very good, healthy competition during camp, and we have a lot of guys that have the ability to play quarterback at a high level for us. But like anything else, you have to make a decision, and we made the decision with Anthony, and he's a dynamic player. He's a playmaker. He's a guy that has a very quick delivery with the football, but yet when the play maybe breaks down, gets off schedule a little bit, and he has to improvise, he's very good at doing that. And then I think the other thing is he has kind of a personality type that the players are excited about playing for him and playing with him. So I think he's got a lot of the intangibles that you're looking for in a quarterback.
And he'll have help on offense from a couple of returning all-conference performers, one of them being receiver Mitch Scarbin, and then also running back Mike Reeves. Who are some of the leaders on offense for this team?
Well, you've identified some of them. Mitch obviously is a big threat outside. Michael's coming back from an ACL injury, and he looks great in camp right now. So we've got a lot of the kids in positions that are going to be touching the ball a lot that have big play capability. We have a number of other receivers that are playing off of each other and really doing a nice job. And then the offensive line is coming along. That's a group that has to gel, obviously. You got 5 guys, and they need to work very well in unison, and that's coming together as well.
Now let's flip to the other side of the ball, the defensive side. Luke Sabald, the NAC Defensive Player of the Year from last season, he's back as a senior as a defensive end, so obviously he's going to be the one to watch defensively. Who else has stood out in camp?
We've had a lot of guys stand out in camp. Justin Heimbrecht is a very talented linebacker inside. He's done a very nice job. We've got a strength at secondary. We've got some veteran players back there, and Josh Resnick, who coming back at corner, and he's had a lot of playing experience. And we have some youth back there that we think has great ability as well. Trey Howard is a young man from Houston that joined the team this year as a freshman, and he's shown a lot of promise back there also.
Coach, the season will open Saturday night under the lights, 7 p.m. at Robbie Stadium, playing against Lake Forest, a team that was one of the better defenses nationally last season. What have you seen from them on tape? What areas do you think they'll challenge you in?
Well, they're very good on defense. There's no question about that. They're a traditional defense in that they play both a 4-man line and a 3-man line. They play some things in the secondary, 2 cover, 3 cover, some man. They'll blitz you a lot, and they're very fundamentally sound. They're a team that when you watch them on film, you can tell that they're very well coached, And I think they have great pride in that defense. So we just need to be prepared to go toe-to-toe with a very, very determined and experienced defense.
And you're also preparing for a team that you haven't played before. It's a team that's gone 8-2 each of their last 2 seasons. So what's the added difficulty when you're dealing with a team that you don't know much about?
Well, there's a lot of things involved in that. First of all, first games are always an interesting proposition, because even though we have tape on them from a year ago, they're not the same team. I mean, they're going to create a new personality this year, as are we. And so you have to start the season kind of with an open playbook, going in and saying, okay, what do we do well, and what can we maximize today in our first game, whatever that happens to be. And then I think we have to see early in the game, are they doing the things that we saw them do on film? Are they consistent with what we have scouted them and what we think they're going to do? And probably the biggest thing in early season games is who can make adjustments best and soonest during the course of a game, because you go in blind with a lot of things you're doing.
Coach, after a few weeks of your team practicing against itself, you finally get to put on the helmet and shoulder pads and go out there and play, and it counts. So what will you be looking for? What are your keys to picking up a victory Saturday against Lake Forest?
Well, I hate to use the coach speak, but it absolutely has to be said. I think the team that makes the least mistakes, turns the ball over the least, is going to be in the driver's seat. First games of the year, there's a lot of things go into that. And so we have to protect the football, do a good job with that. I think we have to be solid on special teams. That's an area that we have had success in the past, and as have they. And so we need to be solid in the special teams. And then defensively, we just have to make them earn every yard that they get. And I think if we can not turn the ball over, force them to work very hard for every score they get, and then not make a bad play on special teams and potentially make a big play, I think those will be the keys.
Saturday night at Robbie Stadium, it's the Warriors against Lake Forest in the opener of the 2014 season. We'll look forward to it, and best of luck, Coach.
Thanks, appreciate it. See you all there.